how's it going? It's Tom with, oh my god, yeah, with, Doing It on Purpose. Yes, I know. I have a lot, a lot going on in my mind and a lot I would like to discuss and talk about. Today, I plan on talking about uh, how I go about making the plans on how I do my videos and how I go about working on my video series. Um, Now, there's many pieces that go into this. It's a continuing moving um, process, but the same pieces all the time. Um, for instance, step one is I do some keyword research based on the topic I want to talk about, so I could find the proper keywords that are trending based on my topic, and then I wrap my topic around the trending keywords. Um, so so after I go through all those items, I then create the video. Usually I create a script, but this series is a live series, and I really don't create scripts on the series. I just basically sit down here and I talk about what's going on, what's basically going on in my day and what I'm doing to improve. But I will show you what what I've been doing and what I've been working on and how I've been going about making all this happen. Now, I think I forgot to set up my sharing screen, which is kind of oh, let's see. Did I forget to add it? I did. I did forget to add it. It's not really. I got to create a whole new screen here, so we'll click on this button over here. And the thing, and the best thing that I do is I use something called OBS, or Streamlabs OBS, I should say, and this allows me to multi-stream to multiple streams, but it also allows me to create a screen. So when I'm live and I want to work on something while I'm talking to you, I can create screens to to transition. So see what I'm talking about in a minute after I'm done playing around here, because I need to share what's on my desktop with y'all, so you can see exactly what I see on my screen, so that what's wrong for so you can see what's on my screen and know what I'm working on. So let's see what we got here. Okay. And right now you just see me talking into this. You don't see the new screen that I'm putting together, which is perfectly fine. And I'm just going through the process of choosing like a new video capture device, and I'm going to add a new source. That's not what I really wanted. Yeah. But it's not allowing me to choose the right source though. So I'm just going to sit here and keep talking about nonsense while I look for my sources. Maybe it's a media source. No. Video capture device. Yes, this is it. My capture card. Add source. Add new source instead. Click on that. We're going to call this my I forgot what I have. I think it's an Elgato or something like that. But anyway, we're just going to choose. It's an Avermedia, it's an Elgato. Okay, so we choose the right video device, and and then I'm just going to go through the process of choosing the options. I know you don't see it on the screen because I don't have this screen shared. And for some reason the video card isn't coming up the way how it's meant to. So we'll do that. Okay, and then we'll resize it because it's way too big for the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this screen so it looks pretty decent, so you can see what the heck's going on. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so that's all sized up properly, and now you can see my screen. Now I'm going to add in my webcam. Video capture device. Add source. We'll include the webcam. And we'll shrink the webcam down. so that you can see my little face here. And you can see everything behind me as well, which is pretty cool. I love the green screen because you can see everything behind me. And that's what we pretty much want. You know, you want to see what's behind me. And so you can see what's behind me, and you can see my little ugly face sitting there. Going, oh, look at that face. Oh my gosh, he's ugly. Ah, sheesh. And then when I click on the transition, you get to see it transition to the other screen. And I'll click on the little icon thingy, move that over there, and then you can see the other screen when I click on transition. Check this out. This is so cool. Transition. I like that transition screen. And there you are. Now you see what's on my desktop. Yeah, it's a real nifty little setup, isn't it? Now you can see what's on my desktop. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going through the details on what I do to plan. Because, you know, when you fail to plan, you plan. Sorry, yeah. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay, and think about it. Okay, you know, if you're failing to plan your process, you're planning to fail your whole business. So that's what I want to talk about today is, you know, your plan. You know, what is your plan? What is your thoughts, and how are you going to put this together? Okay, there is a free program I use. I'm going to make sure I add this link to the description. I'm actually going to create a note to add a link to this description. Okay. To items discussed, to software discussed, like DIA. Okay, this DIA program is a free program. You know, it's right here, DIA. And I use this program to map out my ideas and my thoughts and what I'm doing and to tweak, you know, whatever it is I'm working on. So I can open up a previous diagram. I think. There we are. Okay. And oops, never mind. Wrong diagram. Okay, but these are but you know what? This is kind of like something I learned from a course. That's not the diagram I wanted. So let's see if I can find the right diagram. Okay. Actually, yeah. Never mind. This is exactly what I planned on because you know I can go into some details. Okay. Well, you know they're just three pieces that I learned from Mantra, and my nose itches like crazy. What the heck? Get some alcohol wipes on me. Charlie, it's all your fault, cat. It's all your fault. All right. So we have, you know, the community, the knowledge, and the strategy. Okay, and these are and this is part of the building blocks and part of the planning process to build the you know to see what I'm working on and how I'm going to build out my my business. Okay, well, you know, I got to identify the community that we're working on, right? So the community that I'm working with is through the Entre Nation Elite, you know, can view my competitors, you know, friends, colleagues, scouts, and Entre Nation and scout leaders. Okay, well, that's part of my community. Okay, and knowledge. Where do I get my knowledge from? Well, you know, my Entre courses. I gain knowledge from YouTube, books, blogs, schools, from fellow colleagues, from Bing searches, from Google searches. You know, and what's my strategy to share my gain knowledge with the world? Well, you know, I do it in-house, right? Okay, and so these are the items I do in-house. Okay, create YouTube videos, be active on Instagram, be active on Twitter, be active on Twitch, be active on Discord, be active on my Facebook page, be active on my Facebook groups, be active on Pinterest, actively build my email list, actively market to my list. Again, these are items I have to do myself. Okay, and I have to do these things on a regular basis. Every day I have to budget my time out to make all this happen. And then my other part of my strategy is outsourcing. Now, what items do I outsource? Well, I outsource my article writing. I outsource Pinterest graphics creation. I outsource Instagram graphics. Right now, though, you know, because my budget's tight, I keep everything in house. But these are the items I want to outsource because they're easy to outsource, and the items that I really don't have to really worry about is graphic creation, etc. Graphics are, you know, creativity. You know, as far as graphics and and article writing takes a lot of time for me. I can do it, but it takes me a long time to write these things. Okay, and you know, I'm so picky with my articles and my graphics, and it takes me a long time. For instance, I'll give you an example. Yesterday's video. I created a thumbnail for yesterday's video, you know, which was my day one video, and this thumbnail took me literal hours to create. Well, probably closer to an hour to create. And why? Because I'm so dang picky. I'm picky. I'm one of the most pickiest people you'd ever want to meet. I'm picky. Okay? And right here is one of the items I was picky with. Okay, you know, how I wanted to put my logo. You know, how I wanted to put the title and the you know, because my title has three different pieces, right? I have the primary topic, which is how to become a YouTuber, and then I call it vlogging my personal journey. And then down below, I put down the topic of the video, you know, the actual topic I'm looking at. Day one, getting on the wagon. Well, you know, I had to choose this layout, and I had to find a really cute graphic I liked. Okay, I pay for a service through Adobe. And I'm going to put that in my note real quick. I use Adobe stock photos. And of course I don't remember the link, so I just do Adobe stock.adobe.com. There it is. Okay, so I use Adobe stock photos. Okay, and I thought, hey, you know, bandwagon. So let me type in a bandwagon. You know, I went searching for different wagons to see that I liked. Okay, and I'm like, I didn't like any of these so far. I mean, this was pretty cool. I almost purchased this one. Okay, you know, as you can tell, I have so many licenses available. Like, you know, I have available to me 66 more licenses I can use. So I pay for 15 licenses a month. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. If I don't use them, they get added to my pool up here. Okay, so I'm going through thinking about, you know, what other graphics I liked. You know, I like this one for the bandwagon. That one not so much. Okay, you know, and then of course, you know, that one was kind of like, I don't know. You know, there's another bandwagon one I wasn't really too much of a fan of. And then I saw this and I thought that one was perfect, so I picked that up. And again, I saw this one. I thought that was pretty cool, but I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't keen to this one. I was more keen to this one. I was like, ooh, I love that. You know, that one right there caught my eye. But I was was looking through them and looking at different ones. And if I like one, you know, what I'll do is I'll hold down my control key and click on it. Or I thought I right clicked on it, but oh, there it is. Maybe it's nope, that didn't help me. Anyway, I wanted to see it. You know, and that's one of the ones I really wanted to see. Maybe if I click on find similar, I can find similar ones. And that really didn't help me find anything similar to what this was. I mean, they're really terrible graphics. That, you know, I mean, not terrible graphics, but, you know, terrible examples. So basically, I just continued scrolling until I found another one I liked. And I really didn't find any that really appealed to me. I mean, as you can tell, as I go further and further down, none of these are really appealing to me as a bandwagon. I mean, it's just getting further and further away from what I wanted. So after about like 2 or 3 searches, I went back to the first page. And I clicked on here. And I purchased a license. Because I was very happy with it. Okay, and like yesterday, the same thing I did was I right-clicked on it. And it didn't open up a new tab like I was hoping it would. So that kind of like went in the wrong direction I was looking for. But that's okay. But this is by far my favorite graphic. So so I use that one for the bandwagon. And I get stuck on these topics. I mean, I was probably talking about this now for like 10 minutes, going on and on and on about it. But anyway, that's what I usually use to find my graphics. I mean, you can use free, royalty-free photos. I mean, I have bookmarked here. I'll even include it in the links. Let's see. Find on page, read aloud, more tools. No, wait, where the heck is it? Favorites. There it is. Okay, so go to my favorites. I think it's under other favorites or mobile favorites. Free royalty-free graphics. So I click on here. Okay, and I can look on the free royalty-free graphics. So what's so important about being free royalty-free? Okay, your main thing that you want to look for is free royalty-free. A royalty-free graphic means, okay, you're able to post the graphics without having to worry about royalty fees and following a whole bunch of rules because they're royalty-free. Now, free royalty-free is royalty-free graphics that are free that you don't have to pay for. Now we can type in bandwagon in this one, and you'll see that it's a limited selection. Hard to find photos that aren't premium. Okay. So we can type in Wagon. There we are. And these are some of the options that you have. I mean, these aren't like the greatest photos to pick up. These aren't like the best photos to pick up. Okay, this is like stuff that amateurs grab and share, and want to show you what options you have. I mean, they're mostly photographs. None, you don't get a lot of options that are vector images. I mean, there's a vector image, but I mean, it's kind of not the greatest vector image, but it's vector-ish. I mean, there you see, it is a vector image. Problem is, this image was put into a bitmap format, so it doesn't really help any. But you're able to download the image and do what you will with it. But yeah, this is a free royalty-free. I mean, it doesn't meet my needs at all. So, and that's the reason I pay for a subscription through Adobe Stock Photos, because one, it's included with my Adobe license. So when my Adobe license comes up, my stock photo license comes up at the same time. So it's just one bill. But it's so much easier to have a nice photo collection to be able to choose from. Now, granted, it's only 15 photos a month for what I pay for, but I don't use a whole lot of graphics. Sometimes I'll create my own graphics. I'll open up another one of my thumbnails, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, thumbnails. No, yeah, we'll use my little guy hosting thumbnails. You see, this is my little guy hosting thumbnail. This is another one that took me about an hour to create, but I think it's pretty cool. And basically this is a how-to series. So you see the how-to ... and then there's the title, log into cPanel, and it's pretty, and I consider it to be kind of fun. I mean, I can modify this a little bit because I'm not too happy with it. And what I'll do is I'll add a stroke to this. I said I want to add a stroke to it. Okay, so we're going to add a stroke to the graphic. So I always like strokes. See? Click on color. Pick up that color right there. And that stroke right there just improved the graphic completely. Okay, I can play around and say if I don't want this graphic, if I don't want this color there. Here we are. Do I like it better with white, or do I like it better with red? White or red? I think it looks pretty cool white. I like that too, but white doesn't look that bad either. It actually pops a little bit better, and it has the has that nice color to it. So we can do that. Then I'll reopen the FX to it. And I'll change the stroke color because I wanted that to be red. Change the stroke color and make that red. Ah, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? So now that the stroke color looks good. All right, make that red again. Hit OK. And then I can reduce the stroke a little bit. I kind of liked it better, a little bit thicker. I mean, that's too little. That's much better. So 3 pixels. I like that better. Okay, and I'll do the same thing with the with the subheading. I'll add a stroke to it. I'll change the color of the stroke to the blue stroke. I'll change the color of the text to white. Oops, hit OK. I'll change the color of the text to white. And there we go. And it looks amazingly better. Okay, so you see, I'm just that retentive about my about my graphics. So I see something I don't like, I'm going to play around and make changes to it until I'm happy with it. Okay, and my issue is this is how my next graphics are going to look in the future. And I'm okay with it. Now I can show you my CPU points as well. Open recent thumbnails, logo. All right, we'll open up my my next one as well. So I gotta dig into videos now because my CPU points is stashed in a different spot where all my other ones are. So we'll go into my CPU points and I'll go into my thumbnails and I'll open up the thumbnail.psd file. Okay. All right, and there is one of my thumbnails. Okay, and I have a whole bunch of thumbnails. I mean, I'll show you. Okay, and I create all using layers. So we'll turn this layer group off. We'll turn that one on. See, so I take photographs of myself. I'll find some stock photos of some other things, if there's something there, and I'll play around with my thumbnails. See, I'm holding a knife, busting open a a package for a little thumb drive that I use for Ready Boost. So, oh yeah, I was having so much fun. Bites, bits, and bobs. See, and I'm biting into a banana for bites. It's all about having fun. And that's the other thing. You gotta have fun when you create your videos. Because granted they're work, but they also need you also need to have fun doing it. There is one of my journeys. The novice to pro vlog, my last one I did, and I was talking about how my computer was sick. And then I also talked about my uncle's death. I talked about my shelving. I talked about light bulbs and more shelving, and I was just too tired to vlog that day. But I was vlogging every single day for like 20 days straight. And I'm back to working on another another vlog series. What happened to the oh, there it is. Haha, there it is. Yes. See, I found this to be quite hilarious, actually. The finger pointing at me, and I called it overcoming diversity. I really need to have another conversation about overcoming diversity because it's a big piece when you're creating a YouTube channel. So I will be touching on overcoming diversity again. I might even use that same graphic. And then of course I had awesome sauce and all sorts of items that I discuss. Playing as my cement and you can tell how I from my earlier what are they called? Thumbnails to my old, to my newer thumbnails. You can see how I improved my thumbnails going into the future. Okay, I mean, I created this with a dark overlay because my light bulb went out. And I was talking about, and I was really talking about my my broken bulbs. And this one, I wasn't behind the green screen. I was actually up against the wall in my little house, laying down in bed, and I was just so tired. I was just so tired that day. But I still wanted to push another video out, so I did. That's what I did. I mean, again, I was following through my my plan. I was really focused. So I really got to get back on that bandwagon again. And that's the reason I'm doing these series. And so today I'm talking about, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I totally jumped off my topic. Eesh. I was talking about planning, but I'll talk about planning in another video. I'm just showing you some things that I did, like with the graphic creation. Yes, we're going to save that because I like the new layout. But this is by far one of my favorite thumbnails. But bottom line is, because I don't remember what got me into this topic here. But I remember eventually. Oh right, yeah, I was talking about doing things in house. So you can tell I create graphics. Okay, I don't do a bad job when I create things. It's just it takes me time, and it takes me a lot of time. So I want to outsource things that take me the most time to create. That takes other people minutes. It takes me hours to create, or it can take me it can take me hours. I mean, it's quick and easy to do, but I'm just so dang picky. I can give you an example. My CPU points. CPU points was, I outsourced for the CPU points logo. And I was so picky about the CPU points logo. I'm looking for the CPU points example logos. I don't know if I kept them or not, but maybe I did. So I was picky about the CPU points logo. Now, if I can find the examples, I used Isabel for quite a few things, so it might be attachment 1, maybe. New file. That's not it. See, that was the original, and I added the outline to the CPU points because I like the outline. I liked it with the outline. And I didn't contract her out to do that one. I think these were the example logos. Oh, nope. Nope, that's not it either. Where were the examples at? Because I know I had the examples laying around somewhere. I don't even know if I still have I don't even know if the examples are available on Fiverr. But let me go ahead and take a look on Fiverr real quick. And I'm currently on Fiverr. I'm not going to show you my Fiverr account and show you all the okay. Aha. I'm hoping that I can find the original. Huh. Okay, yeah, we can see some of the CPU points logos that was come up with the ideas. Okay, you see, this was some of her ideas with CPU points. Okay, we looked at this idea here. She looked at this idea here and this idea here. I loved this. When I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, I love this thing. This is flippin' phenomenal. And then what I had her do was, I had her take this picture and wrap it around the C. So what she did was, she showed me a 3D mock-up of the CPU points with the C on it, and I loved it. But I didn't like it too much. So I gave her comments. I said, how about if we take the icon, use it as the C, and put PU inside of it, and line the bottom of points to the bottom of the PU. I like the look a lot. It looks like Pac-Man is gobbling up pellets, but I feel like the placement of that awesome C design is pulling focus away from the logo. Okay, and so she showed me the new design. Wanted to see if that's the way how I liked it. And you see how she put the CPU here and the CPU there. And I said, I'm like, it's almost what I requested. I'm not a graphic artist by any shot. I was thinking more like how you had it in the image, but gobbling up the PU, forming the C, sort of like the attached file. So I did was it was terrible. But anyway, I made some changes to show her, kind of what I wanted. And she cleaned it up nicely. She did a great job on creating a much better graphic. And this is the final design that I went with. And I added the outline, and that was it. Game done. I was very happy with the design. And that's the reason I outsourced, because what literally took her minutes to do would take me a lot longer to get set up. I mean, there it is. 8:22. 8:23. At 8:31, she had it revised to the way how I wanted it. I mean, it literally took her not even 10 minutes to make the changes that I requested. I mean, that was phenomenal, beyond phenomenal. And I was very happy with the CPU points design. I then went out and hired her to do the doing it on purpose graphic. And maybe it's the one before that. Orders CPU points graphics. Okay, and I contacted her to do the Here we are. So here's the examples that she gave me, and I put up on in Entre Nation what the options were, and I had a competition for people to choose it. I posted in different different groups as well, not just Entre Nation. I posted on my Facebook wall. I posted on some of my other channels. I sent text messages to my friends with the graphic. I asked family members what they thought, and the ultimate decision was doing it on purpose over here. And I made a small change to it, because again I'm picky, and I was able to do the change because my little man's a vector. So doing the vector change was very simple, and I shoved his little body inside the circle. Instead of him standing up on top of the circle, I got rid of his legs and got rid of my legs and my waist, and I just show my fat belly and my head inside the circle, and that's the design I went with. So I improved the design and made a very easy modification. Moving him down was easier than playing around with the other files. So I was very happy with it. And I gave her a great review. So she's done 2 logos for me, and she even includes a license. Now this is what's key about choosing the right person. When I choose a person, I also make sure I can get a license on the on the logo that I contract out, because you don't get the copyright. Okay, and that's what's important. The most important thing is the copyright. Okay, this copyright here, Okay. Okay, she sent me my final graphic, which is fine. Okay, but there's also the copyright. And that copyright is everything. I mean, that copyright is the most important piece. Because that copyright states that I own the copyright to my logo. Now, what does that do for me? I can put it on billboards. I can put my graphic on T-shirts. I can put my graphic on mugs. I can put my graphic on any marketing that I want to put it on, and I can mass produce, and I can sell the marketing if I wanted to, and not have to worry about giving her any kind of a commission back on the logo she created, because I own the copyright to the logo. Okay, if you commission somebody, even though technically you own the copyright, it's better to have the copyright in hand. And I paid her an extra $70 to give me the copyright in hand. Okay, so usually my graphics from here cost, well, I'm sorry, it cost me $63 for the copyright. So between the copyright and the logo, okay, the logo was $78.75 and the copyright was $63. Okay, so basically between the copyright and the logo, I paid, so for the total logo, it cost me a bit of money. But the thing is, you can choose to go cheap and just go, and pay the minimum. I mean, she has minimum prices. She has a basic, which is like $10. Okay, it includes two initial concepts, a logo transparency, high resolution, and a 3D mockup. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get the source file. You're not going to get the social media kit. You're not going to get the vector. Okay, if you go with standard, she'll give you 3 initial concepts. She'll give you a logo transparency, which is great. She'll give you a high res. She'll give you 3D mockup, and she'll give you the vector, which is great, because the vector is the source, but she doesn't include the source file either. Okay, so she'll include the vector file. Okay, and she doesn't do the social media kit. Okay, the premium. Okay, she'll give you 4 initial concepts. She'll do the source file. She'll include a logo transparency. She'll include the high res. She'll give you a 3D mockup. She'll include the social media kit, and she'll include the vector file. Okay, those pieces right there. This is important. This is important. This is important. Okay, so these are all important. Okay, but the thing is though, she doesn't include the copyright. Okay, you have to order the copyright as an additional option. So when you click on continue, right? Okay, you can ask for an extra fast 1-day delivery. You can ask for an additional revisions. You can ask for a stationary design. So she'll include stationary templates with the logo for like business cards and letterheads and envelopes and stuff. I don't need that. I can take, I can design my own. Okay, she'll include an additional logo concept if you're not happy with her concept, you need her to redesign a complete concept, and copyrights. Okay, so she'll give you full copyrights for like $60. Okay, and that's the number one thing that I'm most concerned about is the copyright. Okay, having the rights to my copy, and that should be important to you as well. It's having the right to your copy, having the right to having access to your graphic, and that's what you need. So that $60 right there meant means everything to me. Okay, to my graphic she designed. Well, because I own the copyright to the graphic, it also means she can't really take the graphic and use it for a competitor either. Okay, because that graphic's mine. Okay, and I really like the graphic. It speaks a lot to me. So I did that for both CPU points, and I did that for doing it on purpose. So yeah, I spent money on it, but you know what? This is my branding. That's my brand. That's my that's my business. That's what I care about. Okay, I'll use her again and again. I'll even include a link to her name, because that's how much I like her. So because I went into detail on this. I really went into detail on this. I wanted to talk about other things, but for some reason I went right into the logo and talking about the logo and the, and the planning here. But I did all this because I'm talking about outsourcing. So yeah, I outsource a lot of my graphic design work. If it involves vector images, because I'm not great with vectors. I'm not great with creating concepts on and Photoshop. I can take Photoshop and make quick changes and do little things here and there. You know, I know how to remove my, you know, kind of my background with the green screen because it's easy with a green screen. You know, and it's not a lot of work for me with a green screen. But with a you know, with the green screen, it's like clicking like three little buttons and going through like 5 steps and it's done. Okay, no, but if I had a real background behind me, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's tedious, hard work, and that's something I don't have the patience for. So I utilize the green screen because it's easy. It makes life so much easier when you have a green screen background. You know, and as you can tell, you know, I use a green screen. You know, it's all behind me. You know, this is not software generated background removal. Okay, you know, you can actually see part of the green when I wave my hand real quick. You know, because it is the green that is that is behind me. So see when I cover it up and I cover up the light a little bit, you know, you can see part of the green. You know, and so it's pretty cool, I think. You know, so anyway, you know, I'm going on and on about the green screen. I'm going on and on about this, but the bottom line is I'm talking about the strategy. Why is this icon? What the heck? The program shrunk my. That's funny. It shrunk my cursor. All right. So yeah. So Dia is a great program to map out your ideas. Wow, I'm gonna have to create another video for mapping. My God, I didn't want to go into this kind of detail, but it's okay. That's the reason I live stream these because, you know. Wow. So I go into detail about Entre Nation and Entre. It's because it's a course I've taken and it's a community of people. You know that, you know, and the reason I like the community so much is because the community is there to keep me on task and to keep me, you know, to keep me motivated, to keep creating the videos, keep creating the content, to keep giving me the motivation and the and to be able to I can't find the word I'm looking for. To have what I need to be able to connect with people. When I say connect, not connect, to keep me on task. You know, because I don't have a boss. You know, I'm my own boss in this endeavor. You know, it's hard. You know, when you're your own boss, it is very difficult. Very difficult. It's one of the hardest things to keep yourself accountable. Accountability is key. And you really need to keep yourself accountable. And how do you keep yourself accountable? Well, Entre gives you the ability to keep yourself accountable by making yourself accountable to the group, by making yourself accountable to the community. And yeah, it's a Facebook group, but guess what though? You know, that community on Facebook is important. It's a closed group. So how do you join a closed group? Well, you got to be invited in, or you become a student of the lessons, right? And these lessons are important to learn. You know, these lessons are so cool. You know, because they you know, for someone like me, you know, who has years and years experience with search engine optimization and website design and server administration and software development and whatever else have you. Like, you know, I have all this experience, right? I have all this knowledge. But for me, the hardest part for me was getting my knowledge and applying my knowledge to making a profit on my knowledge. Because it's always been, for me, my knowledge was by far the missing link. You know, I had the knowledge, and I can apply my knowledge for others, but I could never apply my knowledge for myself. Why couldn't I apply my knowledge for myself? Why couldn't I you know, commit myself to do what has to be done, do the hard work to make the money to be able to eventually make the money that I promise my clients. You know, because you know, it's work, it's hard work. Okay, you know, and people don't want to do hard work. You know, and yeah, you know, it sounds like, oh my God, it's not hard work. You know, you're doing this, that, and the other thing, but it is hard work. Okay, you know, you're constantly creating. Okay, I'm not a creative individual. Oh, fine. Okay, I'm funny. Woohoo! Yay, I'm funny. But I am not that creative. I'm a very dry individual. I I do things in a systematic process. Okay, I like computers. I like dealing with software. I like writing programs. I like playing video games. I love camping. I love the outdoors. Okay, before I was injured, I used to do a lot of camping. I used to do a lot of hiking. I loved the outdoors. Before my kids were born, you know, uh, I was heavily involved in the Boy Scouts. Heavily involved. Okay, and I was so involved that they actually hired me because I put all my time into scouting. Um, now, now you probably don't believe it. I mean, you know, I'm in the Out Patrol, so I have a whole bunch of out stuff, and I'm also an Eagle Scout. Yeah, I'll do it that way. That way's easier. See, I'm an Eagle Scout. There's my Eagle Scout plaque right up there. All right, so yeah, so I have outdoor knowledge. I have outdoor skills. I love the outdoors. I love camping. I love canoeing. I love these things. Which unfortunately I really can't do anymore because of my back injury. Well, I can still teach. I can still teach these skills. I can still talk about equipment. I can still go around to different campsites and talk to leaders. And go live and talk to leaders about their different camping gear and what they found best and interview them. And I can post these videos. And I can post links to this equipment that we're talking about. And give people information. And I'm looking forward to that. That's why I have the phone. That's why I bought a selfie stick. That's why my selfie stick includes a nice light. To be able to attach to my phone and do these and create this content. I'm excited about this. Unfortunately, we haven't really had any real camping experiences because of COVID. But the thing is, I'm ready. I'm ready to go out. With my cane, which is a hiking stick, because I'm not even 40 yet. Okay, and I'm disabled enough to have to use a cane. Okay, I am not using a cane when I'm outside in the house. Yeah, I'll use a cane. When I'm out camping, or not really camping. When I'm when I'm out on the trails, I'm using my hiking stick. When I'm out and about stores, I'm using my hiking stick. Because I'm more comfortable with my hiking staff than I am with a cane. But besides that, so it takes me longer. Okay, it takes me a long time to get from point A to point B when I'm on the trails. And I take a lot of breaks and I sit a lot because of the amount of pain I'm in. But besides that, I still am looking forward to going to different campsites. I mean, if I have to jump in my car and drive from site to site, I get in my car and drive from site to site, to interview people. I'm looking forward to this because I love camping so much. I love the outdoors. So part of doing on purpose's blog and part of doing on purpose's YouTube videos is going to be talking about outdoors, and camping on purpose and going, and being outdoors on purpose. Because bottom line is, you can go camping, not be prepared, and be in trouble. Okay, I will tell you that I am such an avid camper and outdoorsman that I carry a backpack in my car, even though I don't go hiking as much as I want to. But I carry my day pack. I carry my two daughters' day packs in the car, fully stocked, ready to go. Only thing we gotta do is grab water bottles and throw them in the packs, and we're ready. And we're ready for whatever adventure we have to go on or we have to do. I have 3 first aid kits, 1 in each day pack. I have the essentials. But the thing is, this is all because I'm prepared to go on a backpacking trip, or not backpacking trip. Dear God, no, not backpacking trip. My back won't handle it. But on a day pack trip. My day pack weighs 3 pounds. That's all my day pack weighs. Because I don't carry an extra change of clothes. I carry a very lightweight poncho. My first aid kit's less than a pound. So everything I carry is light. So my day pack doesn't hardly weigh hardly weighs anything. 3 pounds is within my 10-pound limit, so I can carry my day pack. My daughter's day pack, same thing. My youngest day pack weighs about 3 pounds. My oldest day pack, hers weighs a little more because she likes the Camelback. So she has a Camelback in there that I clean and sanitize, and then I put in the day pack and get ready to go. And then when she's ready for a hike, I take 2 water bottles, fill it up with the day pack, fill up the Camelback, and she's a happy and she's a happy person. And I put the snacks in her backpack because I can't carry that much weight. So all the snacks that are supposed to go in the other 2 day packs go in her day pack. So her day pack gets a little heavier. So her day pack's a little more on the 5 or 6 pound side. But her day pack is also a much bigger day pack. Than my day pack, my daughter, my youngest day pack, because of that Camelback. But the thing is, though, when we're out, hiking, she goes with her grandma. My youngest and I, we're usually just hanging out at the at one of the stops, where the kids are going to stop and have lunch. So my youngest and I will get lunch ready, with another leader. The other leader will help me we'll do all the heavy lifting and stuff, and I'll help set up the meal and set up lunch. So when the kids get to the spot where we're at, we're able to have lunch together. The kids are able to go to the playground, play a little bit, and then they go and continue on their way to the hike. And then my youngest and I, after the leader and I clean up after lunch, we put all the gear away. My youngest and I, we continue on, and we drive over to the next playground, and she gets to play in the playground while the other kids are wait, while she's waiting for the other kids to show up, or if she wants, she can join the kids and wait, on the second part of the hike, and I can relax in my car while I wait for them to show up at the next location. I wish I can do those hikes. I miss them. Oh my God, do I miss the hikes? I miss the hikes. I miss the backpacking trips. I miss the backpacking. Oh, backpacking. I got backpacking stories. Oh, do I got backpacking stories? But anyway, so doing it on purpose is not just about educating you about becoming a YouTuber or about business. It's about doing it on purpose. Doing it on purpose no matter what you do. Doing it on purpose outdoors. Doing it on purpose with computers. Doing it on purpose with becoming a YouTuber. And these are just some of the topics I talk about. And because I'm talking about them, wouldn't it be wise that I create a file in Dia and really work on it? That would be ideal, wouldn't it? But instead, I'm like just rambling on about my plans. And that's okay too, So the title on this video is going to change a little bit, but that's okay, because the main keywords on this video series is how to become a YouTuber, and it's vlogging my personal journey, and this is my personal journey. This is how I'm doing things. Today I didn't get much done. I'm disabled, as I said, so I was in bed, for most of the day. But it's okay, I'm getting this video out. I'm currently live, so I'm working on getting this video out, and I'm rambling on. I should transition back to the other to this video. There we are. So I transition back, and and again, the main thing is, okay, I'm sticking to the to the subtitle called vlogging my personal journey. This is my personal journey. I'm coming up with all these ideas. But I've already planned on doing outdoor stuff. Why? I love it. Okay, computers. I like computers. I enjoy computers. But you know what, though? It's difficult to just constantly post about computers and how-tos and helps and all these other things that people want to know, because I run out of ideas. And then it's all like, okay, well, I have the idea, but I lose the momentum to create the how-to video because I really don't enjoy creating the how-to videos on these things. Well, I'm going to tell you, though, when a client, when I get enough requests from clients on a certain thing and I get annoyed about it, I do create a video, which is why I created the moving the taskbar video, because you have no idea how many requests I had about that stupid taskbar. I'm going to tell you, that is probably still one of the most requested items that I received today is my kid moved the taskbar, my grandchild moved the taskbar. How do I get it back to where it needs to go? So that is by far one of my most one of my most popular videos because it's literally one of the most annoying questions ever asked. Now I have another request all the time. How do I post my photos on YouTube? I'm sorry, not on YouTube, on social media. It's getting old. Or how do I email my photos to somebody? It's getting old. So those two videos I really need to create because I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting really annoyed with those requests. So I have to create those videos because again, okay, you hear from one customer, fine, okay, no problem. This is how you do it. You hear it from like 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 customers, okay, and it's like really, I mean, okay, well, I guess there's enough need to be able to teach someone this, so I got to create the video to do it. And then of course, people, and this is one of the reasons I'm stepping away from doing PC repair, because people are constantly expecting me to give them free information all the time. Okay, gonna call me on the phone saying, "Hey Tom, can you stop whatever you're doing and tell me how to do this?" It's like, okay, yeah, I can stop what I'm doing and tell you how to do it. I have a video. Look at the video. Oh no, I want you to do it. Well, I got a video. Well, tell me. It's only going to take a few moments. Yeah, a few moments of my time. Are you paying me for my time? No. Are you asking me for it? No. You want free advice. So, there's a YouTube video. Watch it. So I had to create this other video because I'm tired of giving free advice and repeating myself. And, I think that's one of my biggest issues too is getting asked the same thing over and over again. And it becomes repetition. And the repetition becomes annoying. And that's what really drives me to create the tech videos, is because of the repetitious information I have to give out over and over again. I don't mind creating videos, for instance, when I'm doing a PC repair or or an upgrade or a drive replacement or part swap. I mean, they're fun videos to create. I can do them all day long over and over again. For me doing myself, they're expensive. They're almost prohibitively expensive to do over and over again. However, doing a oh, now I know what happened. My cat pushed into the button. Give me 1 second. I'm going to fix my audio. Dang it, Charlie. Why do you keep messing around with my mane? There we are. Ah, that's better. Okay. Now I'm sure you all hear me much better now. I probably sound louder and clearer. I didn't realize that Charlie messed around with my volume control. But it's okay. I fixed it. So, what I was saying was, there is something about, doing tech videos. I don't mind doing tech videos. I like doing upgraded videos. I like doing system build videos. If I had someone tell me, hey, listen, I need you to build a computer for me, I'll build the computer. This is how much the computer costs, in parts. Okay, and I charge X amount for my labor. And I'll have it ready for an XYZ time. And then when I build the computer, I record myself building the computer. I currently don't have the budget for creating the video, for doing system builds. Even though there's quite a few YouTubers out there that do a great job with system builds. However, they build performance systems, for like high-end performance systems, or they talk about budget gaming systems, you can have budget gaming systems, or you can show people how to build a reasonable computer for their basic needs. However, though, when you have someone saying, "Oh, well, I just want to play Minecraft," and they think Minecraft doesn't suck up resources. Well, believe it or not, Minecraft does suck resources. For it to run at the best performance possible, you gotta drop almost 8 gigabytes of RAM into the thing, and people don't realize that, they look at me like, well, your computer's 10 years old and your computer's running Minecraft just fine. Yeah, my computer's 10 years old, but it still has a 6-core processor inside of it. It has a 6-core processor. It has 24 gigs of RAM. I'm going to be upgrading to 48 gigabytes. Okay, it has it has SSD drives. It has a GTX, it has a GeForce GTX 1660 in there. So it's not like it's a it's a weak machine. Okay, it's a pretty beastie machine, even though it's 10 years old. Okay, yeah, it's starting to show its age a little bit. It's not playing all the games at the highest settings or whatever. I can do virtual reality if I wanted to. If I ever built up a budget enough. If I've ever dedicated a budget to the VR hardware, I can pick up VR hardware and do VR stuff. But bottom line is, my computer is older. But but the point is that even though it's older, it still has high-end components in it. Which is why it's still zippy, and I don't see a need to go to a new computer because my 10-year-old system is still a zippy machine. It isn't like, oh my god, my computer's taking 20 minutes to load, or you see how fast Photoshop runs and how quickly I'm able to do things in Photoshop. You see the things I do is pretty quick. I'm not waiting for anything. So why do I need to upgrade to a new computer when my computer is running just fine? Yeah, I had to replace the hard drive, and I upgraded the processor, and I upgraded the video card. But all those parts cost me less than $400. To get a computer a computer that performs like this, it's not going to cost me $400. It's going to cost me maybe closer to like $1,500 to $2,000. On the low end. For me to get something to last another 10 years. I got to spend something closer to like $3,000 or $4,000 to get the performance I want for it to last me another 10 years, with probably another $400 in upgrades 10 years later to get another 2 years out of it. So I'm saying, $400 for 2 years, not a bad deal. Okay, even if I had to replace the power supply at some point, power supply is like $50 or $60. Okay, so my upgrades cost me a total of almost $500, in upgrades. But again, $500 in upgrades, 2 years on the computer, that's $250 a year. It's still, if I'm looking at $3,500 for a computer, right? Divide that by 12 years. Divide that by 10 years. Okay, because I'm expecting the computer to last 10 years before I had to put any real upgrades into it. So after 10 years, we're talking about $350 a year. I just put, $400 in, so I'm at $200 a year for additional 2 years of life out of my system that I'm hoping to get. Now technically, if I had a big budget, I can do 5 years. And with a 5-year budget, swapping out 5 years, that means the system's cost me $700, $700 a year, to be able to keep the system for 5 years, then swap out, which is ideal, which is something that you're supposed to be looking at, every 5 years, if you want to stay on the bleeding edge, you're looking at 3 years, so $3,500 system over a 3-year period. You're looking at spending $1,166 a year on a computer. I mean, that's a little on the steep side. 10 years. $3,500 over 10 years. Again, $350 a year, and that's what I pretty much put into this computer was $350 a year. Well, if I bought a new computer every year for $350, it wouldn't meet. Those $350 every year wouldn't meet the performance that this system met for the past 10 years. So that's how I looked at it. And that $3,500 also included a 5-year warranty on the system. Yeah, I bought a 5-year warranty on the computer, including that $3,500. So I had a 5-year warranty. So for the first 5 years, I didn't have to worry about anything on the system. Okay, if anything happened to that system, parts could have been easily replaced. If I was flush with cash, I would have done the 5-year deal, because again, at $700 a year, I still wouldn't get the performance on $700 a year. Spending $700 a year on a new computer every year for $700, I wouldn't get the performance that $3,500 computer would have received. However, this computer lasted me 10 years before I had to put any major parts into it. And and the major parts I replaced because one of the parts failed, was failing. I mean, it didn't even fail. It was just beginning to fail, and the system was acting a little fluky because it was ready to fail. Okay, it was my mechanical drives. So I'm like, you know what, heck with it. Okay, I have the savings set aside. So let me go ahead and replace the mechanical drives with 2 new mechanical drives. Okay, and let me add in an SSD in here to add in performance. So I added an SSD. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm already running ReadyBoost on here, so, but when I go to the SSD, ReadyBoost is going to be gone, so that's fine. Okay, so I had the, so I had the SSD, I had the 2 mechanical drives, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pop a new processor in here too, since I have this thing gutted. Okay, I'm going to put a new processor in here. So I put the new processor in the system, and I, And so I maxed out. So I was working on maxing out the specs on the system, and then my friend was all like, "Hey, Tom, I need you to build a computer for me." I'm like, "Okay." I thought he was going to ask me to do it for free, and then he was like, "Well, I got this 1660 video card here. Are you interested in it? Because I'm upgrading to this card." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll take that." So I took the GTX 1660 in lieu of payment for building a system, which is fine and dandy in my opinion. Okay, I was, so I consider that a good barter item, to build his new computer and rebuild his, and upgrade his streaming system. Not a bad deal for a GTX 1660. So that's how I went about upgrading my main system. Now, I'm probably boring you, but the bottom line is, okay, when I design a system for myself, I look at the costs. And I just don't look at the cost of the system. I look at the entire cost of the system. The entire cost of life of the system, and what kind of performance I'm expecting out of that system. Okay, I can give you an example. Okay, I have a customer. Okay, they get a new computer probably every 10 years. Okay, and they don't need a lot of performance out of their system, but they want a little bit of but they want this computer to last them a while. So with warranty, their computer costs like $1,200. Okay, so you take that, divide that by 10. Their system's costing them a total of $120 a year. Okay, so over the course of 10 years, the system is dealing, is costing them $120 a year. Okay, you can't go to a store and buy a computer for $120, and expect it to do what it's doing for this person. Okay, granted, it only has 16 gigs of RAM. And it's running an i5 instead of an i7. It's running the most base, the base of the base NVIDIA cards available for that system. And it has a small 500 gigabyte SSD. But the thing is, though, the customer's happy with the system. It's running exactly how they expect it to run. It's running fast. It's running zippy. Okay, and that computer's going to last them the next 10 years. Their old system, they gave me their old system, and I used that for my streaming system. So my streaming system is about 10 years old too. But I'm not really complaining because the streaming system works great. I mean, look at me. I'm streaming at 1080p. Okay, granted it's not 4K and it's not 8K. It's 1080p, but it works great. No complaints. I'm doing I'm streaming on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube right now. So there is no real complaints on this system. It's running exactly how I expect it to run. It's running good. Now, do I have any complaints? No. It does its job. Okay, and when I'm encoding videos and editing videos, I use the streaming system to encode and edit the videos, which is what I also picked it up for. Because when I'm encoding a video, it takes a little bit of time to encode a video. So for like the 30 minutes or so that it's encoding a video that I created, I'm still able to work. I'm still able to do things on my main system because it's not encoding. And that's the reason I put the system together for streaming. Because one, it took the streaming load off of my main system when I'm gaming. Okay, I know my age of my system. Okay, it's not able to handle streaming and gaming at the same time. So I offloaded the streaming, the stresses on it from streaming, and put that onto a separate computer. And what's nice is though, I can also take set up some cabling, and run it to run it to my office and stream and live stream my videos for and live stream my vintage video games. What I'm seriously consider doing is, because I have another one of these mini AV to HDMI boxes. I'm planning on putting that in my living room and outputting to my and getting a USB and picking up a USB what's it called, a USB video capture device, and hooking that up to my laptop and streaming it off my laptop. Because these vintage games are running at 480p. So it's their standard definition. I mean, I can, they're going to upconvert. I can upconvert them to 1080p. Okay, even at 1080p on USB, on USB 2.0, it shouldn't be that bad. Because the system. Wait a minute, no, I'm wrong. The system has USB 3.0. Okay, yeah, I can totally stream at USB 3.0 speeds on my laptop. So yeah, there isn't going to be any kind of issue with streaming the high speed content on that laptop, which is great. I forgot the laptop was newer. And you see, I have 3 laptops. I get these things confused all the time. I mean, how the heck can I confuse the Alienware with like the Dell Vostro? But yeah, I did. And that's what I've done to myself. I totally did that. So I'm gonna eventually pick up a USB video capture card for the laptop, so I can stream from my living room as I play Nintendo and Super Nintendo, Genesis, and let's see, the Genesis. I have the PlayStation 2. I have the PlayStation. I have I even have the old Atari 2600, and the 7800, so I can play those vintage games as well. I'm sorry. I'm like going into vintage mode here because I'm not running an emulator. I'm running the actual games and the actual systems, and they still work. Yes, they still work. So right now, granted, I'm not writing this down, even though I should. It's all pretty much a brainstorming session, which is great, because y'all are keeping me accountable as well. So between Entre Nation keeping me accountable and you guys keep me accountable, I'm able to continue posting these daily updates. Hopefully I don't go an hour and 20 minutes on the next video, because that's just a long video. An hour and 12 minutes. Wow. Okay. Yeah. But the thing is, I talk about all these different things, and I go into all these different tangents and all these different and all these different ideas, but I'm all talking about the one thing, and that's my videos and my video content and my ability to produce and perform. I think I'm going to do another another live channel. I don't think, my live channel for tomorrow is going to discuss some other items, though. I just don't know what yet, but I'll be discussing other items. In the meantime, I'm going to update the descriptions with the links for DS software, for Adobe, and for the Adobe stock photos, because these items are what you really need to really pop your services, unless of course you're willing to outsource everything. I mean, for instance, thumbnails. If you're doing a video every day, doing a basic thumbnail. I mean, it takes me 5 minutes to do a thumbnail because the thumbnail is created. The template for the thumbnail is created, but it takes me an hour, maybe 2 hours, to get the thumbnail just right to where I like it. And even then, I'm still tweaking the format, because I'm not entirely happy with the format. I'm extremely picky. As I said before, I'm an extremely picky person when it comes to these things. But anyway, I'm going to create. I'm going to add the links for those items. I added the notes for Dia, for Adobe, and for the Adobe stock photos. Again, I don't have any complaints about any of these items. I gladly pay these licenses for Adobe, because Adobe does, because the license I have for Adobe, it's everything combined. So it's Photoshop, Illustrator. Here, on this system here, I have Premiere Pro, I have Adobe After Effects, I have the Media Encoder, and I have Audition. Okay, so Premiere Pro edits the videos. After Effects allows you to create like animated graphics and animated animated items, and add those animations to your existing video, and then you just slide that into Premiere Pro and you add that to your video. The Media Encoder is what really does the encoding, and Adobe Audition allows you to edit the audio. So basically, you take the audio from Premiere Pro, put it, slide it into Audition, and you're able to make the changes to your audio, to your audio, and then you just slide that back into Premiere Pro, and then you compile it all and you encode, or you encode it all. I'm just saying compiling because again I'm a programmer, but you're able to take these and encode them into a format that YouTube can take, or the other media, the other media channels can take, and you're able to upload them. I usually use YouTube, so yeah, I'll upload them to YouTube, and YouTube will take care of the rest. Now, now on my other computer, because the Adobe Suite works on only 2 computers, so the other computer, I run Adobe Acrobat, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Illustrator, because this is my workhorse. I open up my Adobe Acrobat files and I edit the Acrobat files. I had a lot of Acrobat files. When I download a PDF and it's a form and you can't fill out the form, you got to print it out. I actually convert the form into a I actually create the form fillable inside of Adobe Acrobat and fill the form out in Acrobat, and then I'll save it and I'll send the filled out form out to whoever. So that comes in handy. So that's kind of a bonus on the package I pay for. But I do use Photoshop and I do use Illustrator heavily. Okay, so between these 5 programs that I use on a regular basis, which is Illustrator, Photoshop, After Effects, Audition, and Premiere Pro, those 5 programs are very expensive individually. Okay, it's far cheaper to spend I don't remember Adobe's prices because I got mine on sale, but Adobe's prices. Adobe's prices for Creative Cloud is. I'm trying to open up Adobe Cloud. I'm going to try opening up in Firefox, see if it works there. Adobe's prices on Creative Cloud is. Here we go. For the individuals, you can get the photography, which is basically Lightroom and Photoshop. But when you know what I'm doing, let's see. Okay. So you can get the software individually, or you can get it all as a package. Now, getting the all out package, it's like $52.99 a month. Okay, and it's all of their applications. I mean, it's all the software they offer for $52.99. So that includes so much software. It's amazing, and that, in my opinion, is worth the price. Okay, they also have like a student edition, which is like $19.99, but you got to be a student to get it. yeah, as a as as an individual, they charge like $52.99, and again, okay, Adobe stock. So if you add on Adobe stock, it's something like well, really, yeah. So Adobe stock is like, oh yeah, right. You can choose the annual plan, and you get to save some money there. If you choose monthly, it's more expensive, but the annual plan you don't have to prepay. Like you pay that monthly, and you just sign a contract that you're signing up for a year, and you're just going to pay the monthly fee. So you can get the annual plan, for the Adobe stock for like $29.99, and the Adobe Cloud all apps is like $52.99. So it's not really a bad price, considering what you get. What you use. I mean, granted, it's a big chunk. It comes to a total of $82.98 a month. But again, it's worth every penny that you spend on it, because it can be aggravating. Just an aggravation. Like, I can tell you that the free graphic editing software out there is clunky, and it brings you back to thinking that you're using software from like 1993 and 1995, and it's mind-bogglingly annoying. Like, some of the features that you expect to work the way how you expect to work because you're used to using a computer a certain way, it doesn't feel the same. Like, it has a really bad user interface. Okay, user interface is everything. To being able to do what you want to do. And the worst programs and the programs that have the worst user interfaces. They can be very good programs, but the user interface will kill it. And the programs with the worst user interfaces are usually, not always, but usually the software that is created by Linux developers. And this is the reason. Okay, Linux software developers, they don't design software with the end user in mind. They create the software for which makes the most logical sense to them. Okay, and they create the software as a quick tool, and then they clean it up a little bit, and then they give up on the project, and someone else will pick up on the project, and then they'll make changes, and then they'll give up on the project again. And then the community builds around the project. But the community doesn't focus on the UI interface. They focus on all the back end stuff to make it work, make the features work, and then they plug the features into the program where they think it's going to fit. But they don't focus on the UI. Okay, and UI stands for user interface. It's the interface that you, as the end user, utilize. So when you pay for a program, you're paying for that user interface, which is a much cleaner interface and a much better interface. And with that, I've been rambling on now for an hour and 22 minutes. So I'm going to get off. And I look forward to doing another video again. So you'll catch me on again tomorrow at some point, and I promise I'll be a little less scatterbrained. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you learned something. Oh, what happened to my end screen? It is what it is.